A little over a year ago, I had my first big spike on the channel, and I owe that to John Riggs featuring me in one of his videos. And if it wasn't for John, I gotta be honest, I probably would have been done making videos by this point because my channel had kind of stagnated a little bit, but him showing that he believed in what I could do and enjoyed the channel enough to feature it on his channel meant a lot to me. What's going on, everyone? I'm Jay, the channel is Square Pegs, and I kind of wanted to give back a little bit and do something a little bit differently. You know, it's the season of thankfulness, and I wanted to show how thankful I am to these creators that I'm going to feature today that maybe don't have the amount of viewers and subscribers that I think they deserve because they are all fantastic creators. Now, these aren't all gaming channels. There's going to be, I mean, the majority of them are, but not all of them are going to be gaming channels, but I think you will enjoy checking each of them out. They all have something different to offer. Now, I'm not telling you have to subscribe or anything like that. This is entirely up to you. I just want to introduce you to these channels so you can go check them out for yourself. Maybe you'll find something that you dig. Now, none of these folks know I'm featuring them, but I do think you should check them out. They're definitely good people. So let's head on over to their channels and take a look. All right, up first we have Shawn from 8BitGlitch79, and Shawn is just a good dude. I actually met Shawn via the Norwalk Public Library, of all places, in Connecticut, and he was one of the guys that hung out in the chat there. Every Friday they do the Norwalk Public Library Video Game Club, and a bunch of good guys and gals that hang out over there, and I definitely think you should check them out too. They're linked down below as well. But Shawn is a guy that does unbelievable unboxing, goes to a lot of great conventions and does fantastic coverage there, and he is just a good dude. Check out this video here where he is looking at refitting a Sega CD.
I found it useful to use some kind of light source so you can see, because you're going to have to get between the Genesis and the Sega CD there, so it's a little tight squeeze.
All right, up next we have Chris from DC Radaya. Chris is an awesome dude. And I particularly like his stuff because his stuff doesn't just focus on one thing. Chris does a lot of gaming content and he does a lot of pickups videos, which is great, but it's not just video games. He also does a lot of action figure stuff, and he's big into nerd culture.
Hey, I heard you guys were talking about Mario RPG. We're like, yeah, this guy's older? So we're like, this guy knows. This guy knows about it. Let's ask him some questions, right? He goes, did you know when you get to Rosetown and you go to the inn, if you jump on Link 1,000 times, he wakes up and joins your party.
Next, one of my absolute favorite channels, and this one is growing in leaps and bounds. His stuff is so good and is just so well put together and such a smart niche to fit in and just take a look strictly at one console, and that is Gamecube Galaxy. Now, if you have any affinity for the GameCube, you owe it to yourself to go to his channel because he does deep dives on so much awesome GameCube content.
It was truly impressive stuff, and honestly still is today. So, when the sequel was announced for the GameCube as a launch day title, it was one of my most anticipated games to get with the system. Now, is Wave Race Blue Storm one water ride worth experiencing? Or is this sequel stuck underwater?
Next, Ren from Hallowed Be That Game. Ren is awesome. He's been a big friend of the show for a long time. The video you're going to see from him is from when he participated in my Guess the Box Art Challenge for the Nintendo Switch, but as much fun as it was to include that, the main reason I'm putting him in there is because there isn't a better person on YouTube right now that I have discovered that has more of a care and more of an adoration for role-playing games than him.
At first, I want to say Persona 5 Strikers, because that kind of looks like some of the script there on the left.
Next up, one of my favorite people that I have had the absolute pleasure of meeting. I actually got to hang out with him at the Midwest Gaming Classic, and that is Thor. And Thor did, if you can see it right there, he did my sign. He did my new sign. I actually did a short on it, and I am going to be showing you the laser burning process here. And he's just an incredible dude, and he's an artist, and his channel is eclectic and interesting, kind of like him. You owe it to yourself to check it out. Next up, a guy that I am shocked doesn't have more subscribers because of how involved he is in the community and how much he wants to see the community grow, and that's Lame Dad Retro Gamer. I really like his channel. I like a lot of the things he does. I actually received the dad box from him, and I was able to go through that and pick out a few games and send it on down the road. And he's just a really good dude. I love the fact that he goes thematic. Like, he did an entire month dedicated to Terminator games, which I thought was really cool. And he does a lot of sports content as well. You can see here he's actually doing some stuff with the Red Sox and the Astros. So.
Now, this is our chance to talk about baseball and talk about our love for our teams. Now, being a Houston Astros fan obviously comes with a little bit of hate right now, and will probably remain that way for all of eternity.
All right, this is one of my oldest friends. I've known him longer than most people I know. and that is Skipper Bob, and his channel is called Skipper Bob's Breakdowns, and this one is not a gaming channel whatsoever. Skipper Bob is a Orlando lifestyle vlogger, does a lot of Disney content, a lot of Universal content, and his stuff is more down to earth than a lot of the Orlando and Disney vloggers that you're going to see. It's not all wine and roses. Like, he will show you the dirty side of things. He'll show you the underbelly of how things are handled at the theme parks. And he does a really neat series called the Blacklight Tours, where he will actually book a stay at a resort and go through that resort with a blacklight to see how messy it is. Definitely.
Keep in mind, the blacklight will expose things you can't see with the normal white light, such as, say, fingerprints on the wall. Not everything that shows up is dirt or stains, but a lot of the time it is. Dust was probably the main culprit for the entire room, and it wasn't in abundance.
All right, one of my favorite guys is Scott from Sega Blocks, and Scott is one of those people that is just constantly saying how much he wants things to be awesome. That is kind of his catchphrase. Stay awesome, stay awesome, stay awesome. And Scott, the world is more awesome because of your involvement, and this community is more awesome because of your involvement in it. And I think it is a crime that people don't pay more attention to your channel because of how positive you are and how excited you are about gaming and LEGO and just how cool you are. And your favorite game is Tomba. I mean, how can I not be a fan of that? One of my top 5 PlayStation games, so definitely check out Scott's channel. Sega Blocks is awesome.
I know what you're thinking. Scott, enough with this jibber jabber. What is this game all about? Well, you want to take it from here, old man?
This was once a beautiful, peaceful land.
All right, up next we have Ryan from Retro Rubbish. This is one of my favorite Canadians on the planet, along with Chris from DC Radaya. And Ryan is awesome. Ryan does a ton of retro content, as you can tell by the name of his channel. And one of my favorite things he does, actually, is his retro challenges. And this one for Choplifter had me laughing my ass off.
Okay, how do I get the dudes? Do they? Oh, I think they might come out of here. Nope, they don't come out of there. Okay. Okay, where are the guys? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Oh no.
I actually discovered Sketch My Story and Mary via a random YouTube group that I was in, and we were both looking for advice on stuff, and she had posted something that she was asking for advice on, and I watched her videos, and I am just absolutely floored at the quality. So what she does is she has people tell a story, and she does an animation for those stories, and these stories are absolutely hilarious. Definitely worth checking out. And she has under 100 subscribers, and she deserves thousands. She is so talented.
A minute later, I see him right behind me, so I turn down this alley that's specifically meant for bikes and not cars. Keep in mind, his car was a minivan. I feel like Elliot in E.T. running from the government, but instead of CIA agents involved, there was just a pissed off bloke in a minivan.
Alright, this is another gaming channel, and this is Waves and Games, and one of the things I really like about Waves and Games channel is that he does things from a completely different perspective. Like the Team Seas thing I did last month, where I was doing video games that featured the ocean and stuff like that. I thought it was pretty clever. And then I saw his video for Team Seas and how he created sound effects using garbage that he pulled out of a river. It's incredible. The stuff he does is just so artistic and so amazing. And please do yourself a favor and check his stuff out and just be prepared to be blown away because his talent level is through the roof.
I took all of those raw files and I put them into my digital audio workstation. And I applied some effects, turned some dials, moved some faders, and put it all together. So the first sounds I made were the UI sounds you heard at the beginning of this video.
And finally, John from Biddy Kong's Quest. John is not only a good guy, John is a helper and an absolute artist behind a camera. And he does some incredible work and just makes magic. Like, he did basically a documentary. It's so good. I watched the entire thing. It was a 35-minute or 25 to 35-minute video, and it felt like it was 5 minutes long because it was just that well done and that well shot and that well put together. John is incredible, and John does amazing work.
Clocking in at a hefty $500, the NT Mini Noir is a technical marvel with the ability to play physical NES and Famicom cartridges in HD quality with a vast array of optional visual tweaks.
All right, my friends, there you have it. 12 channels that I think you should definitely take a look at. I'm not telling you to go subscribe. That is up to you. If it is something that you don't enjoy, no harm, no foul. Go ahead and go past it. But if it is something that you think you are going to dig and it's something you watch and you go, man, this is pretty cool, give them a subscription. Tell them Jay sent you. Let me know in the comments down below if there are any hidden gem channels out there that you think I should check out, because I am always looking for more content creators to be introduced to, and I would love a chance to learn from people that I have not yet seen. Please hit like, please subscribe if you're new around here, and hey, if you dig the work I do, consider becoming a monthly Patreon sponsor like the folks you're seeing on screen right now. I appreciate their influence on the channel, and I appreciate their support. And a lot of them have been here since day one of when I first started filming. Until next time, folks, I've been Jay. Appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me as we look at 12 awesome channels that I think you should be checking out. Remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.